Robert Bly was an author, a poet, a leader who touched me in my teens with his book Iron John. And in the book Iron John, he talks about the journey into adulthood and through manhood. And I resonated with the sadness. I resonated with the full-bodied grief that Robert brought to the conversation about being a man in a culture that doesn't understand initiation, that doesn't understand adulthood, and which is so psychologically illiterate. It's very difficult to wander around in the dark and know what one's doing. And when there's no language, when there's no conversation, we create a dark room in large segments of the psyche. And Robert brought some light into the room of the human shadow, into the room of grief, into the room of crisis about being a man. And more recently, on Audible, I've been listening to all of the interviews he did with Michael Tom with New Dimensions, and a book I've re-listened to multiple times is this book on the human shadow. And again, the question, can one work with one's shadow if one doesn't understand what it is? And to a large extent, one cannot. And so part of being emotionally literate, part of being psychologically literate, is to put into words the things we want to be conscious of and the things we want to be aware of. And mingled with the full-bodied grief is a full-bodied humor, a full-bodied laughter. And it's very satisfying to have a pocket in the culture where groups of people listen to an oral tradition that is about feeling, that is about presence, and that is embodied by a man in his healthy feminine, in his healthy masculine. And so it's a good read, and the voice is particularly powerful. For whatever reason, Audible's version of Iron John is not read by Robert Bly, and there's a lot missed there. But the Human Shadow book is, and the New Dimensions books are, so it's been satisfying. My wife enjoys Robert's laugh as well. And so many a night in the last few years, I've put on the sleep timer and, fallen to sleep to Robert talking about the human shadow.